in, guys. Welcome in. We're back for another edition of Thursday Fantasy Football here, of course, on Darwin's Raven. Welcome in, Oak. Welcome in, Daniel Barry's Sports Highlight. Tell me why does this look different? Maybe I'm just tripping. I swear though, StreamYard be looking mad different right now. Oops. It's not the overlays either. I'm a little confused on it. Did it? Oh, it got rid of my background. That's what's going on. I think that's what was happening. We lost our background. Now we're back to it. Something still just looks different about my camera. And I'll get sorry, let's go ahead. Oh, I lost Sponge already. We had Sponge coming in, and it looks like I lost him. There he is. What up, Sponge?
What's up?
How you doing today, my boy? Let's see here. There we go. No, I don't like that circle. Messing around with the different things they have. Yeah, I guess we'll stick with the square. My StreamYard just looks different, I feel like, today. Yeah, Sponge, though, in our fantasy football league, that comment actually wasn't towards you. That was actually, I think it was, is it Cardcast's Tig? He was trying to get Aaron Jones and I think Bigsby from me for 3 wide receivers. Hey, there's already a good one. Start Josh Downs. I think Pittman's questionable with an injury, but as we'll get into here in just a little bit, in the must-start category for wide receiver, Josh Downs is one of those guys. And, of course, happy Halloween. My brain just barely remembered it was Halloween until you said something about the candy. That and I couldn't get espresso today.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm just out here handing out candy. It's been a little slow so far, but
the block's slow. Sponge is hustling over there on the corner, selling candy. Sure. You got that sugar? I got that straight sugar. You know what I'm saying? That shit they ain't got on the CVS no more. But oh God, I am exhausted right now. I didn't have my espresso today, so I'm definitely struggling right now. In reference to that Josh Downs thing, though, let's talk about that real quick here. Let's quote the great PFF. Downs has been very consistent this season with at least 9 receptions in 4 of his past 5 games, 60-plus yards in those 4 games, and a touchdown in 3 of the 4. The only games where he's failed to reach 60 yards were with Anthony Richardson at quarterback. The first was his first outing after returning from injury, and his playing time was also limited. The second time was against the Dolphins, a top 3 team at preventing fantasy points to quarterbacks. The Colts faced the Vikings, who have allowed the most fantasy points to wide receivers this season. Joe Flacco will be the team's quarterback, and Downs was a top 20 fantasy wide receiver in Flacco's 3 previous games. Downs should not only be in your fantasy starting lineup, but he also should win some fantasy managers their matchups this week. A toe injury has kept Downs limited practice a few weeks, but he's played despite it. Josh Downs technically is the second in receiving fantasy points PPR per game out of 149 receivers in the last 5 games. So, got to start Josh Downs this week. That is for sure. What up under the helmet? How you doing today, man? Let's see here. We gotta get 2 things up here. The first one's just a funny joke. Oh, you can't tell me I didn't save it? It's got to be this. Yeah, it is. Okay. We got to present a screen here. Give me 1 moment. I picked up Anzalone because Warner is in buy. Thoughts? I mean, yeah, Anzalone, he's taken a lot of snaps up there in Detroit, so I mean, you can't really hate on it too much. I think I had someone trying to come in and they didn't. Honestly, almost clicked the wrong button. My plans for Halloween is I'll be The girlfriend's at work right now. I'm going to stream the Thursday night game. We've got the New York Jets taking on the Houston Texans tonight for spooky Thursday night football. And, apologies, we'll be calling that game live tonight. Sponge is dropping in and out. He's, of course, handing out candy. So if you see Sponge coming in and out, that's what's going on. But this came across my Facebook feed today, and I just had to share this with from Fantasy Pros. Hold up. Time out. Like legit, bro. When your bro asks what scary costume ideas he has, and he says your fantasy football team. Time out. We can't be friends no more. I said that to my friends on Facebook. Hopefully you're not having that bad of a season. I know what is killing me right now in my ESPN leagues is I really expected Jonathan Brooks to be back after like week 5. And here we are, going into week 9, and he's still not back. That is killing me. I don't know about y'all. Here we go. That looks pretty good here. So as per usual, we're going to go ahead and start with the ESPN leagues, move to our sleeper leagues, and see what we can do. Big storyline, though, heading into the Ravens game on Sunday. Lamar Jackson now has not practiced for 2 days straight on a short week. It's a little concerning. They talked about generally when they do a veteran when they do a veteran rest day, they list him like was IDP or something. He is listed with a back and ankle injury, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. They're starting to get a little concerned that Lamar might not play in this Denver game, which would, of course, be pretty bad for us fantasy football wise. Of course, we can make the move to Baker here. Baker lost a lot of his value for me, of course, after the injuries, but supposedly Evans is coming back. We're holding on to Jameson here. Chase Brown has got to get more involved in the passing game for Cincinnati. I mean, he's averaging 11.1 points so far this season, but it's just not enough. I'm a little surprised that he's had problems with the pass catching. That has caught me off guard. I expected him to exceed that.
Chase Brown?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we played him last week. He had that one touchdown. Besides that, he was really nothing.
He's getting the primary early down runs now for Cincinnati.
But he was a no factor.
Yeah, because he's coming off the field on third down, and that's huge. If you're not on the field for third down because you can't be there for pass catching, you're not going to make it long in the NFL. And like I said, it's not something I expected him to struggle with. So a little sad to see that, honestly.
But Levi, most of your picks that you relayed over stream that I picked up, they have been working out. Just want to point that out.
I mean, they're getting there, and we talked about it on a lot of these streams. All of those guys, when I said they're not going to get the carries at the beginning of the season,
and that's exactly when I struggled.
Yeah, I know. I saw Tyrone Tracy in that trade. I honestly, when I saw that trade, I honestly thought about it. I really did.
Oh, thank God you said no.
I know. I did say no, but I thought about it. I should have countered. I mean, Tyrone's had 4 weeks now of 75+ yards in a row.
Yeah, it was Tyrone for who?
It was Hawkinson for All and Tyrone.
Yeah, I cut.
And honestly, I started thinking about it. I really did.
Yeah, I cut Eric All.
Yeah, I saw that. What happened to him, man? He looks so good, and then
he got a few catches last week.
Yeah, but I think he's still losing snaps to Gesicki.
I think so. But wait. Okay. I got this.
Jackson Smith and Chiba's supposedly a must-sit this week, and that hurts.
No, that does.
I need James on back too.
That's, kind of big.
I don't know if I really buy it though. So Jackson Smith and Jiba has been on the field and running routes at similar rates to last season, but hasn't led to the same production. He's been held to 3 receptions or fewer in 3 of the Seahawks' 4 games. Although he is more consistently catching passes when they are trying to catch up. The Rams might score, so they might, but apparently the Rams secondary has played really good against slot wide receivers where he's primarily playing. And I guess that's why they're scared. They've already matched up against Amon St. Brown, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, the whole Vikings trio as well, and played pretty well. That's tough. It's like I need him to play well, but I'm a little scared to start him. And Keon versus that Miami secondary. Tyjae's missed 2 weeks straight. I got a weird feeling about Braylon Allen, but I can't do it. And I don't think there's any running backs in this ESPN league left. I think this is the 12-man league I'm in with a bunch of other content creators. So it's a pretty slim pickings out here. See, there is Garindo, and I've been thinking about grabbing him. Vidal's there as well, but he's still not getting the carries. I'm really thinking about grabbing Garindo just to grab him. Think I will in this ESPN league. The drop. And see, once Jonathan Brooks comes back, my team will stabilize so well. But I counted on him being back week 5 and being my number 1 back. I don't know if Rashawn's the guy. Fuck it. Dropping him. Confirm. We're picking up Garindo for the future here, even though he's on a bye this week. It's so tough. CMC will be back next week. That's good to know. Well, we'll see how it Alan Lazard confirmed to the IR. Does that free up space for more Tyler Conklin? It should, but just I don't know what it is he doesn't go to. I feel like they do need a better tight end, but I might put on some background music. Let's see. Lo-fi? What's night driving sound like? Nah, we'll go back to lo-fi. We'll kick that on a low 20, just in the background a little bit there. But, yeah, this is a tough one here. Leggett questionable for that game as well, averaging 7. Probably should move him and Bigsby out of the lineup. But I'm going to lean on Bigsby. I mean, it's Philly, though. I really shouldn't. But I really don't have many better options. Tyjae is probably not going to be back. That's just so rough. So rough. This league. And again, if I had Jonathan Brooks, I would be okay. God, not having him is just killing me. Yeah, just a reminder. What's funny is, Hunter, how you're talking about, all the Jets stuff. All my notes on the Jets game for tonight, basically. Of course, then it goes to the back side of the page. So then I've got back page side notes written. And then, of course, we've got the start of the Baltimore-Denver notes. I'm ready for that game, man. It's actually going to be a good game, but my God, when I started looking through these rosters and injuries and stuff that are going on with these teams, it's definitely going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Oh, I really need to get Bigsby out of there, but especially against this, Philadelphia 6 opposing rank against running backs, really not ideally what I'd like to be in, but I don't think I can trust Braylon Allen tonight here. I mean, maybe because he gets the touchdowns here and there. And like they said, the Texans are allowing 4.7 yards per carry. I think I'm about to make a crazy move here that could really make or break me. I'm going to start Braylon Allen over Tanks Bigsby in this league. I'm going to leave Jackson Smith and G, but I think the Rams are going to get ahead, and the Seahawks are going to be passing a lot. Hopefully, Njigba will get back on track. Leggett versus the Saints. I mean, the Saints are giving up 26 most points. Yeah, that's how we're gonna roll with that. Let's go look at the other league. Lamar. What? Oh my gosh, are all my teams? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Mark of the Beast. Did I win in this league? I won this week last week, I think. Yeah, we did.
I have a big game this week, and I have to win.
Who are you playing this week? I'm about to go look at that real quick. Oh, you're playing Shitney! And if you beat her, you'll tie the record. And you're predicted to win by 9 points. Ooh.
Yeah. But she also hasn't adjusted her lineup yet. I'm not gonna.
It's pretty sad. The team that I took over for that other guy beat my normal team.
I didn't even check up on that.
Bro, it's pretty bad.
I was supposed to.
I think I'm actually that second team I'm playing is playing CarCast this week. And then on my team, I'm playing the reigning champ. And I'm only supposed to lose by 3 points.
I feel like I'm having a better comeback because in the beginning I really sucked. Now I think I'm starting to be a bit better.
And that's how your roster was built, though. That's how your roster was built, But yeah, you need to
get rid of a bunch of guys, though.
We got to make some trades, like all of us.
I know. It's just that no one's budging.
And it's just none of the trades are really like. No one's like, you see the trades that come up in some of our chats, and those are trades like we have not seen in our league. No one's willing to move any star power and take like big bets. Right. Steve-O says starting Pittman over Singletary in the flex. Usually start the running back. And yeah.
Happy Halloween. Thank you.
I feel that. With Joe Flacco coming back too, I mean, it's got to have a lot more value there. Let's see. What do I got going on?
Yeah, I mean, Joe Flacco is a much better quarterback than Nathan Richardson. I think that's been shown.
I'm putting Nick Chubb in that flex, son. I ain't gonna lie. This is a league I'm super happy about because I got Nick Chubb back. Nick Chubb is starting to look like Nick Chubb. And then, of course, when Jonathan Brooks comes back in this league too. This is the league I have where it's like a 10-man league. There's way too much depth.
So last week, I had a game against Chimera, okay?
Yeah.
So that game wasn't really back and forth, but according to the projected stats, it was back and forth. He was supposed to win by like 80%, I think, at one point. And then I came back and won just because of a Tyrone Tracy 75-yard run. Oh my!
And you
God.
get bonus. You get bonus points for those large runs too.
I know. And, like, Jaden Daniels really came in clutch this week.
Yeah, he did.
Because that Hail Mary, that was... I think Noah Brown is a guy you might have to look at. Because
that's true.
He's a guy... He's been more of a target since...
Ooh, is
Whatever.
Spillane gonna play this week? As did not practice on Wednesday's report.
Happy Halloween.
Man, I really hope Spillane plays. I don't want to
Happy
have to
Halloween.
pick somebody up just
Yeah.
last minute. Mm. God, and again, if Jonathan Brooks would just come back in my sleeper league too, like I
He's
would be
not
set
back
with
yet?
Aaron. No, and that's what's killing me in all three of my leagues. Basically, all before I picked up that other team, all three of my teams, I took Jonathan Brooks in every league because I was like, he's going to come back. Like, week 4 he can be activated. Week 5 he'll be back, and then he'll carry my team. And then it's week 9, and he's still not back. He's finally like logging better practice, and he's like, but I think it's gonna be like week 10. Like, it's so.
You know what?
frustrating.
I am super proud of the Eagles rookies, but you just can't pick them up in fantasy because cornerbacks don't get you that much points unless they're a vet.
For the DB position, it's more about the tackles and who gets more tackles, a safety or a corner. So corners just don't have that value. I should have left, I feel like, the interception points how they were.
Yeah.
Interceptions aren't worth it anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem with the DBs in this league because,
it is, and that's my fault.
I mean, it's not really. I mean, we didn't
know.
No,
it is. It was originally interceptions and sacks were worth 6 points. The sacks, I was like, there's no way I can let that stand. Some dude will go have a 3-sack game and destroy someone's fantasy week.
Like 4 or 5 points for a sack.
I kept it at I think I awarded 2 points for sacks and 3 points for interceptions. And looking back at the season so far, I think the sacks right on. The interceptions though, I gotta crank that back up. But I also have it set up though for interception return yards. So like for like every 20 yards of an interception return, I award more points basically.
You just don't really see that anymore though.
Exactly. You're so right on that. Like,
because a lot of the offensive players get straight there unless you're a team like the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that's huge for you. Steve-O gets CMC and Nico Collins back. And I saw Nico was designated to come back next week.
Wait, when's Nico coming back next week?
Next week,
okay.
yeah. And then Nico is designated to come back next week.
My
I know, right? That's huge.
I think I have him in my other week. Let me check.
And that means just this week, they've got to get by with, But honestly, Houston's got good wide receivers behind their starting 3. I'm not really too concerned about. They just got to keep Stroud upright is what's really going on here.
You know what, Levi? I forgot to announce this. I had a massive injury this week.
Really?
Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, that's right. Jacksonville's down like 3 guys now.
The number 7 receiver and the number 28th overall player. Chest injury with another limited practice today.
That's rough, my guy.
But
man, I want to take Cortland Sutton out so bad, but I don't trust him not to tear up my Ravens.
But also, Puka's back.
That's huge.
Points. Marvin Harrison.
I really don't think I need to make any changes here.
More points.
I think this is a week where I don't have to make any changes to my lineup.
Crazy rate, but I just have not put him in. Josh Downs.
I mean,
I might have to put Josh Downs in for Brian Thomas.
Do I trust J.K. Dobbins against Cleveland?
Oh, yes.
It's so tough. Cleveland's, I think, one of the better run defenses in the NFL. They shut us down. And it's like, do I trust? I know. I'm playing the number 1 guy in the league this week, too. It's like, I need to crush this week. God, I don't think I really have much of an option, to be honest with you. I've got some extra wide receivers and tight ends, but I'm just going to have to lean on JK and pray.
Okay. Jaden Daniels was also limited at practice all week.
I mean, yeah.
I can't afford that. He seems
Honestly,
fine.
there's some wide receivers I'm looking at in free agency. I'm thinking about picking up. I think I'm actually about to make a move for one right now.
Not unless I do.
Too late, son. Already
Oh,
made
damn
it.
it. Oh, Adam?
Is that who you were grabbing?
Oh, you suck.
I can move him to
No,
IR for.
that guy's
The better
good.
part is he comes back from IR next week, so I can put him on IR for this week. So now I have another free roster spot to pick up someone again. So I'm gonna go pick up another guy just to be that guy. I'm gonna go get another Carolina wide receiver like a crazy person. I thought about going and getting one of the guys from Houston, but seeing that what's his name's gonna be back next week, yeah.
You know, he was a guy.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
Jalen Coker was a guy.
Here's a guy.
Jalen Coker was a guy who was really a guy who would interview a lot. He would take the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was down for a bunch of interviews. And we got another guy at 6 coming on. So
Gotta double check, make sure there's no one backstage. My apologies.
So we have a 6 o'clock interview tonight.
I suggest we don't
Yes,
allow Hamilton this week. I'll take J.K. Drain.
And we got
that right?
And we got another Ravens player.
Oh yeah, you did say
still
you
trying
had
to
a
figure
Ravens
that out.
player coming in.
Trying to figure out the time on that, and we might get Jair Brown too. Yep, see.
Really? No way. No way.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool though.
And there's one of the guys who was the last guy who was on has a whole bunch of connections, and the guy we have on today also has a decent amount of NFL connections. So the last guy has Reed Blankenship, some of the Eagles players, some of the other teams, and he has a whole bunch of athletes who are stars on there.
Dude,
So,
that's dope though, my guy. Like, congrats on that.
And I mean, the guy who has all those NFL connections from last week said that he wants to help us get some of those guys on. So, that's
I'm about to make another move here. I just had to go to my phone because I'm managing that other team through my phone is what I've been doing.
Yeah, and that other team sucks. The fact that you lost to that team.
Dude, that team's not as bad as you think it is after I made all the moves that I've made. Like,
well, all I know is
we're gonna go. I just made a move on that team, so we'll go. So let's see here. The league.
I got shit on that team week 1.
That was before I got a hold of it.
Okay, that's not a bad move.
I was about to say, you shit on that team before I started managing that team.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah, we're getting there. Kelsey and Kittle have been averaging 20 points a game for me. Ivan Pace has been putting up, like, double-digit points now. McCaffrey is actually one of the guys that I just added. He's one of the must-starts. Of course, Nick Chubb coming back healthy now. He's going to be part of that rotation. Like, I got to go set that lineup real quick on my phone. But,
you know what? Ivan Pace was a guy I was looking at, but with like the first 2 weeks. But yeah, he was injured, and he wasn't when he did play. He wasn't getting a ton of points.
Yeah.
I looked at him. I think before you picked him up, and I was like, no, because I know this guy is good. I know he's good. I know he's probably the future linebacker there.
Yeah, I mean, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year the year before.
One, I don't have room for him. And that Zach Bond pickup has been amazing. I just can't. Yeah, I want to get. Like, I picked up Zach Bond when you dropped him.
Yeah.
Sorry, stupid move on your end.
I dropped him for Pace.
I want to be able to get him in, but I can't because Ernest Jones. Ernest Jones is a guy I've been wanting to move, but I just can't. Nobody wants him.
Yeah, honestly, the linebacker and defensive line, I feel like there's
I've
more.
had a bunch of guys on the trade block.
Let me see. Where's Sponge's team?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people in the league who don't have linebackers who put up the amount of points that he does.
Let's say, is he still on your team? Oh, I'm just looking at the wrong team. I mean, Ernest Jones. I mean, yeah, very solid. He's basically averaging closer to 7 points, other than week 1 and week 4. Basically, he's averaged more than 7 points a game. That's solid. Very solid. And 15 tackles in the last game alone. Yeah, you'd have to find the right person, but it's just, what's the average? So the average points is 7. That's still lower than any wide receiver and running back, basically. Oh, we got that car cast coming in.
All right, you were talking about my team, sorry.
What's up, guys?
Let's see here. What up? What up? Looking at. Let's see. Is there anything I want off Spongy's roster for a tight end?
Oh, yeah, whenever you get a chance, can you take a look at mine after Sponges?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Thanks.
Tig. Yeah, you're playing my other team, Team 3 Kickers this week.
I think I'm fine with Steve. He just dropped 23 points for me.
Right, yeah, Team 3 Kickers.
Like Stevenson, he's gonna get the goal line attempts, and he's a workhorse there. So.
That's true. I mean,
He's
again,
gonna
if
get the
you look at his
majority
average,
he's gonna get the majority of the carries. So
well, I'm really surprised he only started in 61% of leagues, to be honest with you. That's a little surprising.
yeah,
Yeah, I cut him. I didn't cut him, but I benched him in my other league last week.
I'm excited for Jacoby Myers. I think he's gonna have a good game.
I mean, he's
Well,
basically wide receiver number
what are you
1 down
smoking,
there in
bro?
Las Vegas. Like, I get what he's saying, though. He put up 17 against KC. Got Cincinnati.
He's the
now-
only receiver there,
Exactly.
besides Brock Bowers, but
Exactly.
I mean,
Like,
Brock
the other
Bowers
wide
is a
receivers
guy.
are.
He's a guy who's probably gonna go round 2, round 3 in dynasty drafts next year or regular drafts. Just like that guy is
I picked up Anzalone for because Warner's on by, so I think he's
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's a solid pickup. I mean,
Oh yeah, Julian Love's been really good this year.
and yeah, I was so mad you got him before me because I know about him because he was on the Rams right before he went to Seattle, if I'm not mistaken.
He was on the Giants.
No, I'm thinking Giants. Okay. I'm about to say, I thought, but when I saw that he signed there, I knew he was going to be there. Like, case wait, Mike McDonald got in Seattle. The first thing he did was cut all their safeties.
Right.
He basically said they're all garbage. Jalen Warren on by.
That's the thing. Look at my have DJ Moore and Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
But
your wide receiver is stacked.
DJ
like,
Moore is
stacked.
gonna have an up and down season because of Caleb.
Jordan Chase, Cooper Kupp, and then you've got Pittman and DJ Moore on your bench as well. Like, you've got that depth at wide receiver. You just got to find that good trade.
I need a running back, man. I'm trying to look at.
That's where everybody's struggling is running backs right now.
I need to get rid of Singletary. I don't want Singletary or fucking.
Yeah, which me and Sponge knew. Like I told Sponge, Singletary's going to lead the backfield early, but Tyrone's a beast, bro. Like,
Yeah. Damn.
I call it, and it was funny. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. Kevin Baldy, who does like the breaks for NFL.com, he was a little salty at me because he's like, "Who could have predicted Tyrone Tracy?" And I was like, "Me, bitch." I called him Isaiah Pacheco 2.0 very beginning of the season before he even stepped on the NFL field.
Right.
And he was a little salty about it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I got Chase. You got T. Higgins. That's funny.
I know. I gotta find the partner for freaking TJ Hawkinson to make the trade. Like, I cannot believe no one's even approached me with I had y'all approach me with a couple trades, and I kind of regret not taking Wait, is that where I got Chubb from? Did he take my trade? Wait, do I not have Hawkinson anymore on that team? Did he actually take it? Is that how I got Nick Chubb? There's no fucking way Chimera actually went through with that trade. I'm sorry, give me a second. I'm losing my mind. I can't even find my God, that bass just shook my entire house. Like someone just came by like fucking bass bumping, bro. Like
I think Hunter Henry is a sneaky like tight end streamer for this week. I think
Dude, solid. Like
I think
especially with Jordan May.
I think he's been pretty consistent. I think people are sleeping on him. Like he's getting targets and he's accounting for yards on those targets too. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, like everyone since that week 2 game where he put 26 points. He had a little bit of inconsistency, but I would just, the last 3 games, look at that: 16, 25, 14. He's targeted minimum 5 times a game.
And he's got touchdown upside in the red zone. So like
exactly, like
6'5",
250.
Yep.
Let me see. I wonder. They're playing who this week too? Tennessee.
Yeah, the Titans. They got a good defense though.
I wish I had a. Let me see something real quick here. Jake Ferguson, Kate Onson, Florida. Let's see. Interesting. Hold up. Blah, blah, blah. So apparently PFF saying he's a must sit this week, which I mean, like he's just had such good production. But here's what PFF has to say. Hunter has had some great games this season, but over the past 2 years, he has just as many games with less than 30 receiving yards as more than 30. His 2 games above 50 yards this season came against bottom 10 teams at preventing fantasy points to quarterbacks. The Patriots face the Tennessee Titans, who have allowed the 5th fewest fantasy points to tight ends this season. So this might be a week he might only average 7 or so, which I mean, that's only 3 below his expected. I'd still keep him in the lineup.
But he could always score a touchdown or 2. You never know. That's the thing.
Exactly. 1 touchdown of like 20 yards basically puts him at his expected points. And I'd take that all day.
You don't want to be missing out on those points just sitting on your bench. So.
Tight ends this year has been one of the wildest up and downs I think we've ever seen. And I didn't even realize, guys, Chimera took my trade. My second team does not have TJ Hawkinson anymore. I traded him TJ Hawkinson and Ray Davis, the running back from Buffalo, for Nick Chubb, and he gave me Nick Chubb, who is still on IR or just coming off IR. So that team that I took over now has Nick Chubb as part of that lineup, and that's fucking huge. God. I cannot believe he gave me that trade. I cannot believe it. I needed running back help so bad there. Luke McCaffrey, apparently one of the must starts for wide receiver, I think, this week. Vlad McConkey. Oh, I'm so dumb. I picked up the wrong guy. Wrong guy. I think McConkey's on someone's team already, isn't he? Oh, he's on Lambeau Legend. Interesting. I might try to make a trade. I doubt he'd make it. What does Lambeau Legend need? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed some of these questions coming in here. Cat Mac, do I start Adams tonight? I mean, I feel like you've got to, right? Like, oh, I lost both my guests. They dropped in and out. That East Coast Wi-Fi. My bad, guys.
I just want to say about Hunter Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't send you it anymore because now I'm off Twitter. They locked my account. But before my account got locked, I saw that Hunter Henry was taking snaps at quarterback in practice this week. Just putting it out there.
And so you saying there might be a trick play this week? You might get a touchdown pass.
There might be.
Okay.
Also, I just want to say, you put that Ray Davis and Nick Chubb trade and TJ Hawkinson trade through the veto or and you know what? I vetoed that.
Dang, so it just didn't get enough veto votes.
You know why?
Why?
Because I wanted Hawkinson. That is
I
exactly
know.
why
I'm the one that initiated that trade. I really didn't think he was going to take it. I
You
100% put that trade up thinking he was not
You
taking
know,
it.
Tyler.
it was
Tyler
like
Con-
Ray Davis. Okay, yeah, that's. I mean, you just gave away two guys who could put up a decent amount of points.
Who, me?
Yeah, Hawkinson is always a guy who's 20 plus points, I'd say.
Well, here's the thing. What did I desperately need? A number one running back.
Yeah,
Ray Davis is a flex running back, and I've got
Exactly.
Kittle and Kelsey. I have no
Yeah.
need for a tight end
yeah.
three.
I'm just saying.
I probably could have got more out of it.
You
but
probably could have, but also for what you could get at the moment, what you were getting offered, since a lot of people are picky with their trades in this league.
yeah, no one was offering me a RB1, not even like
was
a true RB2.
Well, I couldn't offer you an
No one
RB1
can.
because
No one can.
all of our RB1s are hurt.
All of the people that
know.
took the running backs early and neglected tight end were able to find pretty decent tight ends through waiver wire early in the season because, Mark Andrews wasn't putting up, Kelsey wasn't putting up at first, so it really worked to their favor how the season unfolded.
I mean, but see,
Tyler Conklin might also be an option because Alan Lazard's on IR for the rest of the season.
I'm having trouble with my running backs, of course.
Ooh, Mooney or Ladd? That's tough. So Mooney's having big days with Atlanta.
Both are having great.
And
both
McConkey is now one of the must starts. McConkey's
think
been
both-
targeted at least 6 to 8 times per week now. Herbert's played better in his past 2 weeks with a grade above 89.0. And according to PFF's strength of schedule tool, the Chargers have the second best matchup for wide receivers against the Browns.
You know
this
what,
week.
Levi? With that question, I think both of them are currently the number one targets for their quarterback.
I mean, it's sad that Drake London's not that guy. Mooney's just got such big play potential in that offense.
I've seen him make a ton of big plays this year, so that's why. I mean,
He's part of Team 3 kicker too, by the way.
Yeah. Whoever asked the question, who are your other receivers? Or what's your lineup for this week? Because if you,
I think, like he said, he's just asking
and
if you had to, like, right now, 10 toes down for the rest of the season, make your call, Mooney or Ladd. Who would you make the call on?
I mean, Ladd's a rookie; he could be inconsistent, but the rookie receivers this year have been amazing. I mean,
I know that's
Mooney-
tough. Like,
Mooney also has had inconsistencies.
I think I'd
We
take
don't-
Ladd.
I think I have two starting receivers who are rookies this year. It's working out. Of course, it's not probably going to work out for you, but I mean, if you're going to take a chance, Ladd McConkey, because that guy is a great route runner. He can get open. But
And
I
just
think
they're trending up, and I think the Chargers have
Yeah.
a very easy back end of the schedule, if I'm not mistaken, which would be
yeah, but
my
I mean,
big.
if anybody has Saquon Barkley, I'm telling you that's an automatic start.
Oh yeah. Hawk or Schultz at tight end? I'm guessing for tonight or for this week's matchup. That's another good one. Like,
I mean, Dalton Schultz is now probably going to be a top target for Stroud this week.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
Hawkinson has to get put into
Acclimated.
the offense, reacclimated into the offense. This week, I think you go with Dalton Schultz. But if Hawkinson has a better day, I don't think you sweat it because Schultz was the better option this week.
Well said, Sponge. Well said on that one. I completely agree.
Wait,
you know.
Conklin sucks, so you can stop talking about it.
Conklin?
Hawk or Schultz?
No, he doesn't. He's gonna. Alan Lazard's on IR. He's gonna get more targets.
Devontae Adams exists too.
And Garrett Wilson.
And
I mean,
Garrett Wilson.
with the New York, it's going to be spread out pretty across.
And to be
and
fair,
for-
Mike Williams also exists. I understand he's getting traded, but like,
Milwaukee
he-
Corley, if he can ever get on the right page.
yeah, Malachi
Conklin
Corley.
also has back-to-back touchdowns in 2 games, and he's a target
Yeah.
in the red zone as well. So
I mean, a lot of these tight ends are targets in the end zone.
not really.
I mean, this is going to be a good one because the coverage you rank for Houston is ranked 10th according to PFF. The scary thing, though, I'm terrified for Aaron Rodgers. Their O-line is beat the hell up, especially at the guard position. Not
That's
only
why
is
if they have a top
Will
pick this year-
Anderson coming off Defensive Player of the Month honors, rightfully so, but
and they
their
got the other guy, Jonathan Grenard.
Grenard went to the Vikings, but then
Vikings.
they got Danielle Hunter from. So Danielle Hunter currently right now leads the league
They
in
basically
pressures.
traded edge rushers.
Exactly, they traded edge rushers,
They
and
got-
Danielle
one of them-
Hunter
one
leads
of
the
them
league
got
in
the better-
pressures right now.
Yeah,
But the
Daniel
scary
Hunter-
part is this: they've got a defensive tackle. Hold on, I got to go to my game notes here. What the fuck is it? Denico Autry. He's coming
yeah.
back. He's been missing time due to suspension. Last year, he plays a hybrid D tackle D, and he can play inside outside. Last year for Houston, put up 11.5 sacks from the interior side. He's coming back, and Will Anderson, Daniel Hunter, and Autry now.
See,
That's scary.
I think what the Vikings did with Grenard and Danielle Hunter's like 35 years old, something like that.
I didn't like that move. I think they should just paid Grenard.
Grenard is like 26, and
He's a better run defender.
and he had a much better year last year, I think, for his age compared to Hunter's age. And I think that's the main reason they did that.
I
think
agree
it's-
with you on that.
I think for the long run, he might.
But
bump.
Hunter also works, I feel like, really well in D'Amico Ryan's system.
Yeah, and he might be.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, but shout out to a guy who, I think I was talking about him earlier, who hasn't really been a starter at all with the Saints in his past. And yeah, he got signed to a Vic Fangio defense this year, and he has been a tackling machine.
Who's that?
Zach Bond. He has
yeah.
never got. He has never
Coming
gotten
over from New
6
Orleans, he's playing really good for y'all.
He had never gotten over 6 starts with the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how it be, man. So that's a good question from Jay. Jay says Hopkins, Tank Dell, Jacoby Myers, Khalil Shakir. You got to pick one to start. Who are you picking?
I think it's between Jacoby Myers and who was the first guy?
DeAndre Hopkins. So basically, DeAndre in KC, Tank Dell down in Houston with no Nico, no Stephon. Yeah, I know, right? This is a tough one.
I mean, Tank Dell is also. I understand he hasn't really gotten the opportunity this year, but he's also not been very good.
Tank Dell officially ranked 21 on PFF's matchups this week. Let's see. Hopkins.
What about Hopkins
40,
and
43rd.
Shakir?
Myers, 14. Or that's different Myers. Why is
Which
it?
Myers could it be?
Because I'm spelling it wrong. Spelling different Myers. Jacoby Myers 31st, Khalil Shakir 30th. So
That's really tough. If you go based off the numbers, it should be Tank Dell, but the numbers aren't always.
Literally, it's a 9-point difference between.
It's literally Khalil Shakir could really go off. I understand he put up 15 points last year, and I sat him on my bench, but he's got 15 points at max, probably, since Amari Cooper's over there now, so I think you can cross him off the list, respectfully. Hopkins, he's going to at least probably catch a touchdown. I think we can put our bets on that. But Tank Dell is probably also going to just pick up yards. I mean, if you want to go based off the numbers, go with Tank Dell. But I think
I'm checking coverages now is my next one. I'm looking through.
If you want to assure a touchdown, I think Patrick Mahomes has found his new favorite target in DeAndre Hopkins. So I think DeAndre Hopkins, because who are the Chiefs playing this week? The Bucks. The Bucks.
Yep.
Their DBs aren't that amazing. I mean, they're okay. They're fairly good, but they got a whole bunch of young guys, and I don't know if.
Ooh, weirdly, man. See, one of the things too is Buffalo playing Miami. Miami is a bottom 5 coverage team right now in the NFL.
Yeah, but
there's and Keon Coleman. There's just so much to pass around there.
Yeah, and Khalil Shakir, I understand he was Josh Allen's favorite target before all the draft and trade pickup.
But he's the primary slot guy.
Primary slot. But there's so many better guys on that list that he gave us. So many.
See, like, of course, I think Dell and Shakir are the better players out of all of them. But I think just based upon situation, the competition for catches, you got to give this either to Hopkins or Myers. Like, because Tank Dell's going to be the number one option against this New York Jets team, and they're fourth in coverage in the NFL according to PFF.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with that. I would go with either Jacoby Myers or, I mean.
All right, pick one, and I'm going to CarCast.
The fact that I'm going to go with Jacoby
Hell
Myers.
no, I'm going Hopkins. Nah.
Ooh. I know this is tough.
Wait, what's the deal with
Juju? It's really tough.
What's the deal with Juju?
Nice.
Actually, that's a good question. What is
Nah,
going on
you
with
can't.
Juju?
You can't skip out on Myers. I don't care who the quarterback is. He's gonna
You
get
also
the
can't skip out on Hopkins either.
I'm going Myers. I'm sorry, I'm going Myers.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got to go with Myers. I think.
That's two
I
for
don't-
Myers.
I think you just got to take a chance.
He's gonna
I
get
know.
looks.
But by the amount of depth you have on your team, from what it sounds like, I think you could have some good running backs, a good quarterback that
Like,
could
look at that. Even
pick
with
up
the,
the numbers.
He has 7 targets in the last 4 games. 7 is the lowest amount of targets.
even look
he's
at that. Even with Devontae Adams, 5 targets, 9 targets, 10 targets. He's getting targets.
Yeah,
seen.
It's
can
not like he's
get
being
5
zoned out the
You
offense.
can get 5 to 7 targets, but if you catch every single one and you get a decent amount of yak, you could get 20 points.
I don't know. I feel like you gotta.
And isn't that what you want out of him? I mean, DeAndre Hopkins probably putting up 15. He's probably going to catch at least a touchdown.
I feel like you gotta chase the target share. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just. Go for it.
I kind of agree, especially in a PPR league, targets
Yeah.
and just getting receptions.
Yeah.
As well as shit after week 1. I think I picked up Vele from the Broncos because he had 8 targets for 8 catches. And just right there was 8 points. That's most than most fantasy wide receivers.
Jacoby could always score a touchdown, so it's like, you know.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Myers on that too, just based the matchup.
Yeah.
They're playing Cincinnati. Cincinnati's run game is
And the situation. I'm just going.
exactly like I like it for a lot there.
Have y'all on?
Would you start Garrett Wilson or Josh
Everyone.
Downs this week? Every website says Garrett, but I love this massive gut feeling that he's going to flop tonight and Devonta gets all the touches. Ooh.
What are they saying?
So would you start Garrett Wilson or Josh Downs this week?
They
They think, though, Garrett Wilson's going to get overshadowed by Devonta.
I don't think that's true, and that has shown to not be true past few games. Garrett Wilson, in the spot he's in right now, has worked out really well. And on the other hand, Josh Downs, yes, he's working out well, but that was with Anthony Richardson. Let's be fair here, people. With a mix between Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco. We don't really know Joe Flacco's main target. We kind of know Anthony Richardson's, though. And with Richardson, Josh Downs, I think, was getting an average of 15 points, I think. I mean, you might want to take the chance, but I think Garrett Wilson might get the better chance for you. Josh Downs could definitely go off, but I'm going to go Garrett Wilson.
I mean, this is tough, too, and they're playing Minnesota.
We're getting some really good questions here.
That's why I love this show is these people come in with really freaking good questions that actually make us force us to think about these matchups and
these questions are better than any other week.
Oh, for real. That's tough. So I so understand what Aiden's feeling though on this.
What did he say?
Just because he's afraid that Devontae is going to overshadow him. I'm less scared about Devontae overshadowing him and thinking Aaron Rodgers is never going to get time to throw this ball. Like I said, I've done the notes on this game, and I think also Houston is also one of the top blitzing teams. Let me see here. Yeah, just the turnover differentials.
You know what? I'm still going with Garrett Wilson, but if you really want to risk it, just risk it for the biscuit. Go with Josh Downs because he put up almost 30 points last week, and the 2 weeks before that he almost put up 30 again. But the week before last week he put up 1.3 points. So that's the risk you're taking there with Josh Downs. I think Garrett Wilson's consistently 10.
What I'm scared
points.
about is the Jets rank 18th in pass blocking, and the Houston Texans are number 3 in sacks, number 8 in pressure. They're blitzing almost 28.2% of the time. That's 8th in the NFL, and their man coverage rate is up to 36.2% this season. That's that's double their man coverage rates from last season. They're letting Singletary shadow guys one-on-one almost 40% of the time.
Yeah, that's tough, though.
And that's why I'm a little scared of that matchup because I'm like...
Yeah, but I'm also, like, who are the Colts playing this week?
The Colts are playing... oh, my God, where did it go? I think they've got a Minnesota.
Yeah, Josh Downs versus that defense.
Exactly. That's what I'm like...
These are two, I think... hold on. I want to actually check something real quick. I want to see what team Josh Downs had the down game against 2 weeks ago, where he dropped 1 point, literally 1 point.
But like,
okay, hold on. Let me check.
You know what? The secondary, other than Singletary, like Lassiter's playing pretty good too. The Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah.
They took in the second round, but like that's a rookie out there.
Yeah.
I know every list says it, but I so feel him. I feel like Downs is going to have a deep, like 60-yard long touchdown. Let me go check that lineup real quick. Actually, I want to look at some individual things here. Lineup. Let me put them in the nickel against the 3 wide look. Flip the defense and the offense. See, I should be able to. Yeah, I can show you all this too. See, this is like some of the stuff that I'm looking at. So this is. I can, on PFF, move them.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can move between the 12 and 13 person or 11 and 12 personnel. I can move the base and nickels. Yeah, I can hear you. Let's see.
Okay.
I mean,
so last week,
tell us.
Josh Downs dropped 28.2 points against the Houston Texans. Houston. Okay, 28 points for a receiver.
Listen, that's so tough, man. Downs is the 10th best wide receiver in the NFL according to PFF right now. And he's going to be matched up against a guy that plays the run better, a safety basically, with a really low coverage grade. And the safeties haven't been playing great. That's, fuck, dude. Excuse my language. That's, oh, we lost CarCast, it looks like. But man, I mean, the Colts offensive line at least is better too, though. Colts offensive line actually can protect Flacco. That left side's so strong. Don't. Did they lose their right guard, I think? I think they did. I don't know, Aiden. I kind of feel you, man. I might take that bet. I might take that bet on Josh Downs too, because I really like it. Yeah, and Jacoby tearing people up. Another league pick 2: Olave, Jacoby Myers, Etienne, Bigsby, Sutton, Ramondre. Got to go Jacoby Myers still. As for the Saints and Olave, that's where it might get. Oh, excuse me. A little interesting. I'm trying to remember who they're playing against. I'll pull it up here. New Orleans taking on Carolina. I mean, J.C. Horn's not playing terrible. I don't know if I would take that bet with Olave with J.C. Horn out there. Bigsby and Etienne are going to be fighting for carries. Sutton apparently is one of the must starts. I've actually got him on my fantasy football team. And it kind of hurts me to say that playing against the Ravens, but you know, the Ravens have been giving up some big plays recently, had communication issues, benching players. While the Ravens have been allowing the second lowest, or like the lowest separation score against receivers. People are making plays. Oh, excuse me. Cortland Sutton apparently one of the must starts this week. Sutton has been the only consistent part of the Broncos wide receiver rotation, playing 81 to 86% of their offensive snaps over the past month. He's coming off the most productive game of the season, catching 8 passes for 100 yards. The Ravens have allowed the second most fantasy points to wide receivers this season. I feel like you got to start Sutton. I've got Sutton starting in my league, Aiden. So I would go with Jacoby and Sutton on that one. Or Sponge.
Okay. I see two.
That
I
1
see
point 2 weeks ago.
I see two things in the chat that have to do with Eagles players. And I cannot wait to answer these questions.
So I think it's the first one. Good evening, Emil Collier. Would you trade Mike Evans and Monty for Saquon, or am I paying too much? Mike Evans and Monty.
I don't think he's paying too much.
Yeah, if that's David Montgomery.
I mean,
yeah, especially if you need. If you need running back help, I'd take that trade all day.
If he accepts that man is crazy. I'm just saying.
I know, right? That's how I feel about it a little bit.
So if you can offer that, I would definitely do that.
Eagles have one of the easiest remaining schedules, a 19th. Technically, Tampa Bay has supposedly the easiest schedule remaining in the NFL, but.
And all you got to do is hope that Saquon doesn't get hurt. I mean, but Mike Evans is already hurt. Montgomery isn't going to get hurt, but that's a different story.
I just don't trust Mike Evans, dude. He was dealing with that hamstring. Shouldn't have been playing. Yeah. Played again. Really hurt that hamstring, and I think he's trying to force himself. I don't trust Mike Evans to stay healthy much longer in the season, to be honest with you. So I'd take that trade, Emil, if I was you. Got offered Devonta Smith and Dobbins for K9. Thoughts?
Can you just tell me what K9's average points have been? That's all I need.
Let's see here. Let me go.
Because I'm ready to pass this trade through.
Let's see. So Kenneth Walker right now. I mean, that's some good points. He finally had his first down week.
What were his stats like?
So game 1, 18.9. Game 2, 34.6. He's basically averaged more than 20 points a game for the season. He's had 20 points or more 3 weeks, and more than 15 points all but one game out of the season so far. I mean, that's. Oh, can I pull? Oh, that's cool. I can pull up multiple player tab-wise. That's super cool. I mean, that's so tough. I mean, if you look at the point average, Kenneth's probably got a slight lead, but not much. Like, minimal.
Like, I mean,
and Dobbins for K9. I mean, if you need wide receiver help desperately, K-Dex, I would think about it, because, like, Dobbins.
I mean, Devontae has been more of a target for Jalen recently because Dallas Goedert's out. But, another thing is, I mean, Devontae, it's not that he's inconsistent, it's that the throws to him, he doesn't. How many times he gets thrown to is inconsistent. He can get thrown to 3 times, 5 times for limited yards, but he can also get thrown ball 2 times for multiple yards. More like,
And while it's clear that Kenneth Walker's RB number 1 up there in Seattle, I think it's wild that they're thinking about signing Marshawn.
No, that was 4 years ago. That report was 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So Joe signed someone based off a report 4 years ago?
No, I think he was just trolling around because he dropped a guy who was injured.
Gotcha.
I think that he was fucking around. I was actually thinking about doing that, thinking about putting Donovan McNabb on the team. But
that's hilarious that you can do that.
But they don't have Donovan McNabb on sleeper.
4 years ago. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I literally scrolled. I saw that report.
It's fucking hilarious.
Seattle was looking to bring Marshawn Lynch back, and I was like, wait, what? Okay, yes, he's only 38 years old right now, but...
Oh, this might be the week I could beat the number one guy. I've got faith
What?
I can beat him. He's supposed to beat me by 3 points, so I'm playing AD the Pax fan. He's 7-1.
Oh, I tried to offer that. That guy offered me a trade.
He's supposed to beat me by 3 points this week. I think I've got him.
Thank you. Hold on, I want to see what trade he offered me. I want to tell you real quick. Because I think I declined it.
Want to make some
I
more
think it was a
trades
bad
myself.
trade. But, let me check.
Let's see. Whose backfield is it in Detroit? Monty or Gibbs? Oh, that's tough. I think it's Gibbs. Conklin or Hunter Henry? Oh, man. You got to go Hunter Henry on that one. They just don't have enough targets up there in New England. He's going to get a lot of looks. Even though I think, though, they're playing Tennessee, and Tennessee's the Jets suck against tight ends. And see, they do. Can we all agree I got the best linebacker in the league? Are you talking about Fred Warner? Is that who you've got?
Yeah, he's got Fred Warner.
I mean, Fred Warner's is a boss, bro. I can't argue that. Roquan's not playing up to that level this year. It's a little heartbreaking to watch. To keep it real.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me see.
I'm fine with my mediocre linebacker core, but does anybody want Ernest Jones? I'm announcing it right now. He is on the trade block.
I'm good on my teams. I've got.
So is Myles Garrett, Derwin James, Justin Herbert, Josh Downs. My whole team is basically on the trade block right now, people. Just pointing that out there.
So Jaden Daniels is on the trade block?
These are the guys. No. The guys on the trade block. Myles Garrett, Derwin James, Justin Herbert, Ernest Jones, Josh Downs, and Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Josh Downs probably the only player I'd think about.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I don't think there's anything I'd give, but you
Okay.
won't though.
I'll
I'll give you Isaac Guerrero.
I mean,
I actually need to offload
that's not
James
really
Don
a
Williams is who I need to
bad
offload.
trade.
I mean, if actually what's his name's coming back, then I feel like that'd be messed up.
Would you offer Jameson for Josh Downs?
Hell no. Well, I mean, actually, I think about it. The reason I want to really get rid of Josh Downs is because having Jared Goff, Amon St. Brown, and Jameson Williams sometimes feels like a little too much, but at the same time, it really hasn't let me down too much this season. Like, because it just doesn't matter where Jared Goff throws the ball, I get points.
He doesn't throw to any of those receivers.
I know. The only person I don't have is Sam
none of those
Laporta.
guys get thrown the ball. They're both hurt.
I mean, that's the thing, though. They have been all playing well. Yeah, see, the Jameson thing being suspended.
Jameson, isn't he more like wide receiver 3 down there?
No, dude. Look at his points. He broke out 30, 16. He finally had a down week. 22, 17, a down week, and then he got suspended. So he's averaged more than 15 points. What's that? 3 out of 5? 3 out of 6? Something like that?
I mean,
like he usually is.
I
But man, that 2 weeks he got me like less than 2 points. That hurt a lot.
I feel like I'm a little stingy on my trades because everything that has been offered to me looks like it sucks. But
it was, yeah. You haven't got any good trades so far. Like,
and I feel like the guys that I put up have been okay. And if you need a serviceable guy on your bench.
see, my thing is like for this team I'm managing,
I mean,
there is only one hole I have, and it's possibly a better running back. Like Amon St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Cortland
And
Sutton,
I
and
just
Kyle
can't-
Pitts is like just legit. You know, and
It's
once
not
Jonathan
like-
Brooks comes back, this team needs nothing.
Exactly. The main need for people in this league is a running back one, or a serviceable running back to put at the RB1 or RB2 spot. But I can't supply that right now because the guys I have are not running back ones until I get Pacheco back. And until then, I might just keep Pacheco on my bench even when he does come back because these guys have just been better.
Exactly, like
He missed all this time, whatever. I think he's starting job.
and I just look across at other teams too. Like I was trying to look for a trade for you the other day, and I was just like I can't find any teams that like really have like a player I know they would give up for like
Yeah,
just-
I also feel like a lot of guys aren't active right now. Like,
which I agree on that.
Because when I was looking at the trade that you sent through in the league with Ray Davis and all them, only I think 7 people voted for it, and it was Joe. I think.
Well, a lot of
Panera,
people are trying to
or-
veto it.
No, a lot of people were trying to pass it through. It was literally a 3-2. I think only 5 people voted. It was 3-2. It was very close. It was.
I'm gonna make changes to that next time as well, for sure.
Like, people, you gotta like really put it out to everyone. Don't care. I mean, you did, but like, I don't know. You gotta get people gotta get active, especially around this time when the trades have to start getting sent through.
Mhm.
It's getting close to the trade deadline. Am I correct about that?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, these people need to get online because their teams are going to stay the same. And if you don't trade anybody, you're a little fishy.
Next year's draft or a fantasy is going to be a lot better. Next year
Yeah,
we're going to be like.
I'm really looking forward to that too.
I know Kenny wants it. I know John Jay wants it. I got to get everyone though, because there was a lot of people that Corey was with, and I don't want anyone to feel left out of it.
Exactly, that's what I said. I was on a stream a few days ago, and Sentinel was in there, and everybody else was in there.
And half the people argue with each other, and I'm not about that life.
And I was in my stream, and I was talking about the fantasy leagues and stuff, and I brought the Corey Davis one up for next year. And I was like, we might have limited spots. I hope not. I hope we can get all you guys in. And Sentinel wanted in. I didn't really respond. I hope he should get in, but I just don't know. At this point, we're gonna have 20 people in this league, and there's literally gonna be no depth.
I know we might have to, if we get that many people in the league, what I might have to do is
have people co-sign a team.
That or run multiple leagues. So it's
Yeah,
actually two different leagues.
Nah,
And then the real championship is the total points, in the championship games potentially. The champions from both leagues would either.
Both teams, their competition is different. So one team in one league could be playing sucky competition. The other guy in the other league could be playing better competition. You really don't know. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that would be too much. I was gonna say, what if I made 2 leagues and we made one of the leagues the more competitive league, in the sense that the loser of League A got demoted to League B every year.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
And the winner of League B got promoted to League A.
Exactly.
And we'd have to do 2 different trophies though.
Yeah, I think that would be fine, but I think what we should do is everybody in League A is somebody who wants to be in the league, or of course everyone wants to be in the league, who's actually gonna try and make trades, gonna set their lineup every week, stuff like that. And you got to get that confirmation from that person before you let them into League A.
And another thing, I talked to I think it was was it David or Kenny? Like one of the things too I have to do, I have to make a small agreement, just literally like an email style but an e-doc. And basically everyone in the league I'll send the document to, and it'll just be a very simple thing saying, hey, not going to steal the trophy. If you steal the trophy, I might have some you're going to get in trouble in a certain sense.
You know what?
Like
If
you owe
I
the
win,
people money.
I have this thing set up, where I don't have an email set up yet, but when I do have an email set up, I should get one by next year. But if I don't, you don't have to send me one because I think I should already know.
But yeah, we'll figure it out one way or
like,
another.
If I win the trophy next year, I think I'm just gonna defer and give it to the second place winner.
We'll figure it out one way or another. Like me and Kenny talked about it. If people didn't have the money to send the trophy and stuff, it ain't like the league. We could always figure it out one way or another. There's Kenny talking about him.
I think a lot of people would send in more money than others if they really want to get this done. A lot of people love Corey, but also some people
and
just don't
see
have
that's
the money.
ideally. I'd rather have enough money just to take care of it all myself, not have to worry about it. Like just get it all done and set up, and so everyone can just enjoy. Because I don't want people like having to worry about any of that type of stuff with the league. And it's not like we have to have a trophy or anything, but I think it would just be.
We could just have, winner every year. Could there be a thing where the winner every year keeps a certain amount of players?
No,
more than the others.
That's too much of a. I feel like that. It's like it's almost too much of an advantage, but there's so much turnover and things that happen in the league that it's like not really that much of an advantage. I don't know. It's things we got to play. We're gonna have a lot of time in the off season, to really look at those things.
This off season is gonna be really good. Can't wait for the draft, the mock drafts and all that.
Oh, dude, I know, right? Ooh.
Oh
my God!
I already did my first mock draft. I already did my way too early.
I don't think
we need to get that set up soon because we should probably start that playoffs.
Dude, that would load me so much on wide receiver. It's like I don't really need it, but like.
What? Who are you going for now, Dan?
Carcast sent me a trade.
Oh.
So the trade is he's willing to give me DJ Moore and Michael Pittman for Tank Bigsby. And I'm like, value-wise, normally, that's 100% a trade.
I think Carcast has the right, a little bit overpriced, but I just don't think he has the right guys for you at least, because I just don't think you.
That's a team that I don't need help on any position really for.
Yeah, but if you could get an upgrade at a position, always.
The only thing is it would upgrade my bench.
Yeah.
I'd have to go drop. I'd got to go drop like Jalen Coker. The thing is this: I would have to drop either Jalen Coker, Xavier Legette, Jalen McMillan, or Jameson for it because I take on an extra player, or Garendo. Yeah. So I'd have to drop one. That's that team. I'm holding on to guys.
If you drop one of those guys, it's not the end of the world. They're on your bench anyway. They could break out, but they would be on your bench anyway. But
I know, but I'm doing it to also prevent depth from other players.
You have so many damn running backs. You need to get rid of some of them.
No, I don't. I already planned for my bye weeks. All my line players already have their bye weeks.
Yeah.
My kickers or my defenses. A lot of my teams already had their bye weeks, so I don't. I did that intentionally.
Remember, I was team 2 kickers. At one point, I had 2 kickers on my team. I had Brandon Aubrey and I had Kayemi Fairbairn.
God, and like the thing is, when I get Jalen Brooks back, I really.
Oh yeah,
Tank Bigsby is my flex guy basically.
I'm telling you right now, next year the dynasty draft. I've already thought this through. I'm with Kenny here. I've already
JK and see, that's the thing. Both my running backs have already had their buys as well.
Like I've already put out the guys I want in next year's
God, that's a hard trade.
And one of those guys is Jonathan Brooks there, Levi. So I'm gonna try and get them for you.
Oh, I really hope he exceeds my expectations.
I hope he can be a fairly good player. Because if I can't get Jonathan Brooks next year, I'm getting Tyrone Tracy. He's shown that he can But I think the
Bro,
number
that
one
is
target.
such a hard trade.
I think the number one target for me next year will be Brock Bowers.
I mean,
I
it's
think-
got to be, especially when they get a quarterback.
Yeah, Brock Bowers and Jaden Daniels. That's who I want to.
Build your team around next year.
Build my team around next year if I
Heard.
can even get that. But
I'm getting your league
I-
and get the pick before you.
yeah. But if I can do a little reach like I did this year with Jaden Daniels, I took him in like the.
I slightly wish I would have made some trades. I didn't tell anyone, but we had trades for draft picks on this year, so you could have traded draft picks and draft position.
You should have said something because
Start 3: Jaden Reed, DJ Moore, Chase Brown, Lad McConkey, half PPR. I can't decide until they have boom potential this week.
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey's a dust, definitely must start. Packers taking on. Let's see.
Who were the
Jaden
other guys
Reed,
again?
12. DJ Moore, Chase Brown, Jaden Reed.
I mean,
I know, right?
it's 2 for your receiver spots and 1 for your flex spot because in the flex, I don't really like Chase Brown. He hasn't really. If you really need a running back and your main running back's hurt, yeah, he's the way to go. But I mean, that's what's happening with me. But I wouldn't start Chase Brown. He's only going to put up like 10 points. That's not what you want when you could get more points from the guys that you just listed. So I think Chase Brown can get scratched off that list.
McConkey's the one. He just had such a huge week, and now, you know, like Jaden Reed's 12th on the list.
Yeah, I think Jaden Reed, Lad McConkey, and DJ Moore. What's the
I think it's got to be Reed, Moore, McConkey. Yeah, leave Chase Brown. Just Chase Brown not being on those third downs is killing him. He's got to get that fixed.
No, I think the team has to get it fixed. The team has to realize what they have in Chase Brown.
Oh,
they have yet to do that.
Do I drop the Broncos?
Levi, I sent you a trade.
Yep. We were talking about it just here a moment ago. Or is it a new one?
Carcas. So,
same one.
Is it still the Michael Pittman one?
DJ Moore and Michael Pittman.
You know, I want to tell.
No, I switched it up. I switched that up.
Switch it up.
Interesting.
Nah, but still, I don't need big, I don't know, because I have so many wide receivers, so I don't really mind giving up,
Yeah, but I mean, Levi also has too much receivers and too much running backs.
All of my running backs though are guys that are depth guys that are flexes, but that's the thing. I'm denying everyone a flex running back.
I mean, but also a trade where a lot of the guys in the league need somebody like that there, Levi, though.
I know. I'm handcuffing the league.
Yeah, you are.
People stole my players, so I said I'm gonna get ahead of y'all all on the depth charts.
It's terrible because
you know what?
Because
Shitney took my player, who later got cut. Actually,
yeah, you got so many.
My number one running back had 48 yards on 20 carries. I can't be relying on that every.
Wait, who was it?
God.
How do you have 48 yards on 20 carries?
That's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Is that at least 3 yards? That's not even 3 yards a carry.
No, that's more probably something he.
Who is that? Devin?
No, it's Ramondre, and I thought Ramondre was but Ramondre scores touchdowns. That's why I'm keeping him around because he's but
Ramondre.
Yeah.
I know. I started him. Actually, I benched him this week.
And the
Ramondre is a lot like Rashad White down in Tampa.
No.
He was just getting the carries last year and this year because there's nobody.
And
else.
you know Ramondre is going to get.
But I'm not getting any more.
Which is why I also tanks yeah, go ahead.
Because Ramondre is the guy in New England, so they're gonna.
Yeah. They didn't go get a Bucky Irving like Tampa did, basically.
If this all goes, it goes.
They have Antonio Gibson, but Stevenson's still the main guy.
Yeah, it's still he's not. Antonio Gibson's not good enough.
Well, look at the points. He's just not consistent. I don't know.
Exactly. It's kind of like Jameson Williams. When Jameson Williams got me 0.6 points, that destroyed my fantasy week. Like losing the expected like 15 to 20 that normally gives
The
you.
only reason I'm really winning all these weeks is just like because Jamar Chase is putting up points.
They're all due tomorrow. So.
Yeah,
Like all my
Jamar,
receivers are just carrying me every week. Like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Cup's putting
I'm
up
trying
points.
to. I've been every week. I'm trying to figure out who's got all the damn running, like all the good running backs in the league.
You, buddy.
No, I don't.
Look at Team AD. His starting two is crazy. He has Jacobs and
that's who
Mixon.
I'm playing. Yeah, that's who I'm playing this week, Mixon and Jacob. Like,
How does he get Jacobs and he has Jefferson? Oh my god.
Yeah, because we didn't know how to draft.
Yeah, we had some interesting drafts. That's for sure. Like some of the players' drafts. And like I hate to be that person. The person who was, I took over their team 3 kickers now. If they'd have drafted correctly, everyone would have had it way harder.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
That's one thing to think about too. Like, think about how many players were not really there for that draft, and how much harder that draft probably would have been if everyone would have been there, like taking players.
Yeah, I would. Carcass,
14-man leagues are rough, bro.
Well, I'm 6-2.
12.
I'm 6.
Here's the problem. We got the
You're 6-2.
Okay from a lot of people that started, and half those people that said okay weren't there.
Yeah.
See,
that's why I said this. Like those people who had really good drafts, who weren't there, who said they would be, are also people who aren't trading.
I was auto picking for the first few picks, but now look at my team. I turned it around. I'm like 6-2 now. So
I think the best running back room belongs to Captain Niner. Honestly, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, and Brian Robinson from Washington. I think he's got the strongest starting 3.
I think I got the strongest receiver room. I think that's.
And then he's got Mozart on the bench too. Like you might have the strongest wide receiver room, legit. Let's see. We actually
am I number 3 in the league? I mean, 6-2. I'm not complaining. So
I just like I have. I really like. I think I didn't have a bad draft. I just think first few weeks didn't work out. These are the weeks where I had to catch up. But like a lot of the rookies I drafted, they have been top of the league.
I think,
and their rankings, like Ryan Thomas ranked 7th amongst receivers.
Who had Godwin? Was that captain before the IR?
No, I think it was Captain Niner.
Oh yeah,
I think it was Captain.
I got the
Captain has had one of the best drafts out of everybody.
But he's had like 2 guys have season-ending injuries this year, I think.
Yeah, I was just looking. He had, of course, Tyreek Hill, and then he had Godwin. I'm like looking at the top fantasy. Jamar Chase is 3rd, CeeDee Lamb's 1st.
I got Carcass. If I were you, I would
AJ Brown
Captain Niner for trade some of your receivers to Captain Niner. You might need it.
Actually, I would. Yeah, I'd go try it. If you could sneak. There's no way you got to sneak Brian Robinson. Let's go look.
I can't give up Cup or Chase though, right? Is that the thing?
No.
Yeah, but you have other guys.
Tyreek, see, the problem is this though. He's got Tyreek and Cooper.
Exactly, Tyreek might go off now.
And Tyreek now that he's got Tua back.
Very inconsistent. But Tyreek
very
inconsistent.
Yeah, but that was without Tua.
With Tua last week, he was very bad.
It was a good start though. He had 9 targets. He almost had
I mean, you can try to go get Mozart from him. Mozart's sitting on his bench, kind of like Ramondre gets touchdowns, but
like a Michael Pittman for.
Yeah, screw Michael Pittman. I don't need his ass.
Yeah, Michael Pittman for who was it? That Kevin Niner. Pittman for most.
See, the problem is he doesn't need wide receivers because even looking at his bench, he's got Mike Evans coming back, and then he's got Deontay Johnson now, who might be doing punt returns.
But he's got no number 1s except Tyreek though. He's got.
I mean, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but
is Amari Cooper really the
number
1 there?
Yeah, that's true.
When
Mike Evans is healthy, he's the number 1.
So it's only Cooper has the number 1 name on that.
You might be able to steal someone.
I might want Brian Robinson, but I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. Brian Robinson's an animal. He was averaging like 6 yards a carry before the injuries.
And he's better than Eckler.
Yeah.
Putting that out there. I don't know why anybody would take Eckler this year.
I only took him. I took him because Brian Robinson got hurt. Anyone that wouldn't take a backup running back.
I picked up Eckler, but the dude can rack up yards when he's running and receiving.
He's good receiving threat still in his.
Levi, you actually stole him from me. Actually,
I know I did. I'm so sorry.
I would.
I told you.
What's Anshul's team? What's Anshul's team? He's only 4-14.
yeah, but his team has a bunch of like Jacob Cowing. Actually, I think he cut Jacob Cowing.
Oh, I think he has DFF on his. Don't
He
tell me he has
does. He
DFF.
does have DFS.
Oh
He
my.
has DFS.
Yeah, he has DFF.
Hey, he's got
I had
Saquon
to
and Swift.
refill
He's got
twice.
Saquon and Swift. That's good.
Yeah, he's got good. Let's see, what else does he have? Does he have any?
After this,
And
he's got.
he's got Will Anderson.
Maybe no, I'm not.
Oh, and he's got Mr. Butterfingers.
I'll put him in there.
Kyle Hamilton.
No.
I feel like running backs have just underperformed a little bit this season. Maybe I'm crazy. I would actually. Do I
Where
drop
are they
that?
at?
Texans D is one of the best sack Ds, and I would think about that freeze.
Guess,
by the way, I'm
guess
sorry.
what else is a good
got off
defense? Denver's defense has been balling out this week.
They are actually. I've got their stats here because we're playing them.
I have them on my bench. So
PFF has them 16th overall, 8th in run, 12th in tackling, 8th in pass rush, 2nd in coverage, and they're actually the 3rd special teams unit.
The only reason I benched Denver is because they play the Ravens, and I don't want Lamar cooking them up.
Dude, I don't know if you've
Lamar's
seen
hurt.
Lamar might not play.
Who's the Ravens backup again?
Josh Johnson.
Oh, I might start them then.
Dude, I'm telling you, follow that. So normally, and like Ravens reporters on social media are kind of starting to freak out. Normally, when the Ravens give a veteran a rest day, they have a certain designation they put. They didn't put that for Lamar. They put like back and knee or whatever it is. And a lot of people are saying just the demeanor at which John Harbaugh is talking in his press conferences is not a good sign. And Denver is one of the highest blitzing teams in the league.
I mean, you don't think you could go like make a trade with Cleveland for their third string or well, what would have been their third stringer, but their
trade
backup now?
deadline's done. Trade deadline was
Oh.
Tuesday at 4 p.m. So it's officially no more trades. The season is.
What's going on with
Wait,
Amon Ra?
what? Wait,
Amon Ra.
what? Wait, hold on.
Pretty
It
sure
was-
we just passed the trade deadline.
I don't think so because we
Hold
would have
on,
seen
let me
more
look at the
moves.
trade deadline NFL.
Yeah, because I think there's. I don't think it's a trade deadline. I don't think it passed.
Am I gonna beat
November
I think
5th.
that-
You're right, Sponge. 5 days from now. My
Yeah,
apologies.
I was gonna say. I mean, you could. I mean,
I know a lot of
you
people are
what,
saying
you
the
really
Ravens
think-
need to make a defensive move, but
Am I gonna
you
beat
really
Darwin?
think you could? I mean, could you go out to
Are you playing
Miami
me?
and try? Could you try and go out to Miami and try and get Tyler Huntley back?
I don't want him. It's not worth it.
He was
I know I
so
need to
good.
actually make that
He
change.
was actually good.
I mean, his short passing game is phenomenal, but the dude can't throw past 20 yards.
So is it confirmed Mark Andrews gonna score at least a touchdown every week from now?
Dude, I've got to make with the Kansas City Chiefs on bye.
everyone
man, I've got to
everyone
make
wrote him
moves.
off, and then this
No,
dude comes back.
no homework. It's just that corrections.
All right, I'm hoping I can be 7-2 this week. I'm just hoping.
I'm hoping I can win this week. This is the Jake Bates revenge game.
I've got to make some moves. My team is playing a CarCast here. I've got a bunch of like Travis Kelce's on bye, and like my defensive players
I
on
think this-
bye.
I think this
TJ
may be a
Watt.
week you lose there, Levi.
I'm gonna figure it out. Don't you worry about it. Don't
No,
you
but
worry
still,
about
you
it.
have a lot of guys on the bye.
As long as I don't want to have Singletary playing you. Fuck it, I might need to switch that.
So it's not
And
Eckler's.
having Singletary won't be too bad if Levi has literally nobody on his team.
Did not practice.
Yeah, well, Singletary gets 3 touches for like 5 yards, and
I mean, it
That'll
looks like
get
I
you-
just need to slide Bucky Irving back in there. Still dealing with a toe injury. but-
AD, the Pax fan, he needs to lose more. Fucking
Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think I can beat him this week. I'm playing him with my main team.
you
I'm
better.
predicted to
Come on.
lose by 3 points.
got
But like when I look at that matchup, bro, I think I've got it. Like,
I believe in you, Levi. Come on.
I know, right? Like,
We
I mean,
should
like
all
look at
believe
it.
in-
Like Jared Goff versus Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr's playing Carolina though, but Derek Carr gets hurt. Just saying, he's limited in practice with an
Alright,
oblique injury.
next person to come gets half this bowl of candy.
I've got Cedric Tillman versus Garrett Wilson in that matchup. I think I've got him.
Cedric
Like-
Tillman. Who picked up Cedric Tillman this week because they needed to?
How is he surviving
AD
with Derek
Pax
Carr?
fan. My
How's
God,
he
look at
surviving? How's he surviving with Derek Carr as QB? Like, has he been like switching in and out? with
Probably.
QBs?
I think he had.
I mean, I think he's had Russell. I mean, yeah, he had. I don't think
He
he's
had
had Russell the whole season.
No, but he had just put Russ in, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's he?
But I
killing?
think
I mean, just
don't
dude,
think
his
quarterback-
team is
I don't-
Josh
yeah,
Jacobs has
like
been
I was
killing
gonna say,
it.
I
Joe
don't
Mixon's
think
been blown up.
I don't
Jordan
think it's been his
Jefferson.
I don't think it's been his quarterback that has been the factor. I
hasn't
mean,
been.
I've seen his team. His quarterback's been
I feel like
putting,
he's gotten lucky.
15 points
slightly.
every week. He's gotten lucky, and we let him draft way too many guys. I
You're
mean,
not wrong
let's be
there,
honest
though.
here, though. We didn't expect Justin Jefferson to be anything this year.
Yeah, I
We
swear.
didn't expect.
Yeah.
We didn't expect Josh Jacobs to really be anything this year. We
I
thought.
mean,
it
I
was
thought
still-
Justin Jefferson was going to be something. I had a lot of faith in JJ
I know.
McCarthy.
We all. Well, we. I think by that time we knew that it was either JJ or Sam. And I
Oh,
actually think
he
Sam-
had Anthony Richardson at the beginning of the season, apparently. Like week one,
Oh,
Anthony Richardson
yeah.
went off for 37 points.
Yep.
He had
Yep.
Stephon Diggs before.
Yep. He just cut Stephon and picked up.
He had
Yeah,
Chris Godwin.
Chris
He's the
Godwin.
one who had Godwin.
Yeah, Godwin's been going.
Yeah, that's
off.
why he was blowing people up
Yeah,
right
he
there.
had
Like,
he had Stephon and Godwin.
and he had Aiden Hutchinson and Brian
Yeah.
Branch.
And he
Like,
had Quinnen Williams. That's a stacked defense.
bruh, had Josh Downs, had Mark Andrews, Dotson. He had Latu. Like,
Did he,
dude had a
did he-
stacked team, and the injuries
did he-
are
wait,
starting to wear on him, though.
He cut Josh Downs, right?
Yeah, he did actually. I think.
I have.
Nah, Darwin should beat him though. I think.
That's what I'm saying. He's slowly going downhill. I don't build my fantasy football teams to win at the beginning of the season. I build to win late.
I think that's what's gonna matter. But I think the start I went off to was
But it's
really-
terrifying to have to need
It's
to
how
go on
you
like a
finish,
5-game
not how
win
you.
streak.
It's how you finish, not how you start.
I know, but I started the year off 1-0. I think I won my first week. Yeah, of course I did. I was playing Team 3 kickers. That was a close win though. I think I only lost.
So
I
if
only
we
won
look
by,
at the
like,
You know what, Sponge, though? Like, you're in the eastern part of this right now, and your 3-5 has got you in 4th place in the east.
So if you look at the
no,
projected playoff bracket, do you see who each other? Do we see
Does it
who
show
plays
that?
the playoff bracket? It should show it.
You know, I was really going for the toilet bowl this year.
Oh, I got to click on it. There we go. There we go.
Because now I'm curious who's gonna play each other. If
So,
the season
currently, as it sits, it looks like 80 Pac-Fan will get the bye.
Yep.
It'll be either Lambo Legend and Captain Niner playing. Cahill will get a bye. And I might have to expand the playoff bracket.
who am I?
No,
going to
I don't
use?
think so.
Oh, that's right. It
all
takes
of
the bottom half of the league and puts it in the other one. Okay.
Am I on
I
bye?
mean, I
No,
think
I'm not on bye.
what I
You
have to
are
say-
just in. You are the final team in, it looks like.
I
Damn,
don't think 80 the Pac-Man is gonna keep that stock for too long.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna lose.
I think somebody's gonna win out the next 2-3 games and gonna overtake them. I'm hoping that's me, but
What's my overall in this league? Am I number 3?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm
You're in the
really-
western side. You are actually second, 6-2. You're only behind
You know,
80 Pac-Man, man.
it's
So
only-
you
it's,
need to, if I beat him and you win this week, you might take the first overall in the west side of the bracket, meaning you get a first round bye.
I
it's
hope.
only Thursday. I know it's Thursday, but I really need both Jaden Daniels to get a full practice in. I need him to play on Sunday.
Oh, I know.
And
All I know is we can laugh at Joe because Joe
I
is
need-
losing to Team 3 kickers.
okay, and I need. You know what I need?
Corona.
I also need Brian Thomas. I actually
Oh,
need
is
Doug
Pollard
Peterson-
officially out now?
I need Doug
that's
Peterson to
huge.
live up to his
Oh, I'm picking up
dang
Ty J.
word.
Ty J. Oh, I need running back.
Hold
Oh,
on.
Tajay's
I-
already gone. Trust me.
Damn.
I really need Doug Peterson's word to be true and Brian Thomas to be day to day. They first announced it as a 2 to 3 week injury, and then Doug Peterson came out and said it was day to day.
Tajay should be on this.
You know who else has a good team in this league? Cahill. I think I beat him.
Yeah, I beat him last week.
Wait, I don't have Tajay?
I
I could have
beat-
sworn I had Tajay. Who is Tajay?
Oh, no, I
Joe
beat-
Stevens
I
has
beat- I
Tajay.
think-
I was so mad when he stole him from me.
I think I beat Cahill the week before.
That's
No, I beat I beat him too. Yeah.
Yeah. Cahill, I think all the certified good teams in this league. They all
I'm just
suck.
kind
I
of
think
laughing at
every-
Cahill a little bit too. Me and Cahill had some private conversations about Alexander Mattinson and Zaire over in Oakland. I was like, nah. And I tried to tell him that he kept trying to trade me Zier and whatever his name is, saying how he was going to be like, yeah, be the lead guy and take over.
Yeah, that's what.
And I was like,
everybody
no,
thought.
it's not happening.
That's what everybody thought. I mean,
Not me. Not me. I watched him run one time and I said, nah, bro, there's 20 backs better
What's
than him.
going on with what? I'm not saying St. Brown is shitting the bed this year, but he's had some games where
St. Brown. It's
he's-
that podcast, man.
Dude, the
No, like, I'm
podcast
not-
curse is real in my opinion.
I'm not saying he's having a bad season.
Only
But
in football, though.
look at the yardage. He's scoring touchdowns with 775.
Although, yeah, because
6
Travis Kelce had an off
37,
year.
7, 43, 13.
Travis Kelce was having an off year. St. Brown.
Yeah, I still think he's
Micah Parsons.
St. Brown's still a dog in real life, bro. He's
Dude, he is. He was one of the guys that I admitted last year I messed up not nominating him to the Pro Bowl. Jalen McMillan or Keon Coleman this week?
Ooh, that's
Jalen. I believe in my boy Jalen. I've got him on my fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jalen because Keon. I don't even think you can put Keon in right now. I think you already can't.
It's
put
just
any
with
Thursday
Khalil
night.
Shakir and Amari there. It's hard now to predict like where
damn,
they're going to
17
go.
targets last week for CeeDee Lamb. Shit.
Damn,
Yeah.
for CeeDee Lamb, that's wild. 17. Blue Jays. Should I flex Hubbard, Myers, or Coleman or Bigsby? Ooh.
Myers, that's my guy.
Yeah, we know Myers has been the favorite, but didn't we?
Oh, Bigsby's an option too, though.
Oh no, but Etienne's coming back as well, though. So I definitely.
Oh,
stick
so
with
Carson-
Myers.
Didn't they say
back.
Etienne has like some issues or something? Like he's not playing.
Yeah, he's been on and off. It was a hamstring or something like that, but I think he is. This might be
Although,
the week he's
even-
coming back.
This is what I say. Even if Etienne does come back, he's been very inconsistent when he's played. I think they'll keep Tank Bigsby in at least a row where he can score some points.
And that's the thing. He's more of that goal line style back to start with. Like,
He's a bigger back than Etienne, so they're just gonna like use him at the goal line.
so Etienne was playing limited Thursday. Seems like he's trending towards playing week 9. But of course, like they said, Bigsby's still going to get the change of pace duties no matter what, and maybe some goal line. It's just tough. I still think I'd roll with Myers just because he's clear number 1, going to get the targets. Like,
There's a guy that's 2-6 in our league. Damn,
Who is that?
is that Joe Stevens, isn't it?
and it's the other guy, that goat Rick. They play each
Goat
other.
Rick.
Oh yeah, the goat Rick.
I forgot. There's so many people in this league. I forget they exist.
I know 14-man league is huge. Like
14 teams doesn't sound like a lot, but
when you get to the end of that draft.
yeah. Mhm.
They're
They
both
got to the
good.
point where we were drafting guys in who were ranked 5,000.
I mean, and just in reducing it to 12, people don't realize, your team is what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 to 12 players. So like 14, including your bench, that's 28 players that might not have been drafted if we did a 12-man league. And that 28 players, depth-wise, actually makes such a huge difference. Like, I see people do 16-man leagues, and the amount of respect I have for them, like,
God damn.
They
yeah,
had
can
to
you
have,
imagine a 16-man league?
Nah.
they had to
Oh,
have a really good front end of that draft and back end.
Lamar and Devontae for Kyler and Amon Ra. Dude, talk about a high-stake trade, bro.
Talk about both being inconsistent.
I'm
I
not
only
giving Lamar for
I
Kyler.
only see one player who hasn't really been inconsistent, and that's Lamar. And who what was the trade again?
Lamar and Devontae Adams for Kyler
Yeah.
Murray and Amon St. Brown.
Lamar is the only guy who hasn't been inconsistent this year.
Exactly. And it's like, I wouldn't give Lamar up for Kyler.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
Nobody put Kyle Hamilton in their starting lineup this week.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more than everybody else because we're kind of
boy, Kyle. Ravens
low on
lead
the
the
night.
league and it dropped interceptions. It is
Yep.
so heartbreaking.
Wow.
Yep, happy Halloween.
I thought Geno.
Dang, sound like Sponge giving out that good candy. I think I heard that dude. Wow.
I thought Geno Stone was a big loss for you. He was a really good player.
So Geno Stone was an interesting piece. It frustrated me. So when I did the offseason plan where I played the GM of the Ravens, I predicted a contract for Geno, and he signed for the Bengals for less than he was predicted to sign for. Like, it hurt my heart a little bit. Geno doesn't have elite speed. He's not elite in coverage. He's not a big, huge tackler. But what
Think
Geno
he's
is, he's consistent. He
Yeah.
plays very technically sound. He's never going to let someone get behind him, even though he doesn't have the elite speed. He
He's
knows
got
how
really
to
good
play.
instincts. He's got
Hey,
really good.
Levi.
And he always hustles to the ball. And that's why he always gets the interceptions and fumble recoveries, because he always runs to the ball. Never
Hey,
stops.
Levi, you know who might have been the steal of the draft?
Who?
Cooper DeJean.
Oh, I know. Actually, what's funny is I didn't save it. I almost saved it to show you in the show today. Someone did like a video, and they did like it's a rap song, and they, Mad libbed it, where it's a song about Cooper DeJean covering number one wide receivers.
I think, or
Yeah,
that
come on,
might
say you
be
might have.
Quinyon Mitchell covering number one receivers.
Oh, but they were joking about Cooper. They were.
Yeah. I mean that 4th and 1 stop on Jamar Chase was huge for the outcome of the game.
You know who else I really like on the Ravens defense that I don't know a lot of people don't even talk about is the Odafe Owe, bro.
Oh, bro.
Odafe. Oh, and I know this is probably gonna make you mad.
He is so good.
Levi,
He is so good.
But
It kills me. He's always like inches away from making the play.
He gets so
Always.
much pressure on the quarterback. It's crazy.
Yeah, his pressure rate's great.
So when I was playing Madden, which I still play, but like this year, the
Mhm.
trading is a bit off. There's not many guys you can trade for. Always one of those guys. You don't have to give up too much.
Yeah, because
So
his rating's not that great. At least it
He's
wasn't
an
in the previous ones.
He's an 83. 83.
Oh,
And I was, as the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh connection. I made a trade for Odafe Owe. I think I traded Denzel Perryman. And, I think I sent a second round pick. And I think I sent one more other guy.
Oh, yeah, I do in a heartbeat all day.
Oh, you what?
There's been a little talk about the Ravens really love Owe and we want him, but they want him to take that double-digit sack step. And he just, hasn't been able to quite get it done. And so there's a lot of talk, he's coming up for the contract extension. I think they picked up his 5th-year option. But is he worth like $20 million a year?
I think he needs to be. I think he needs to be on a team.
There's a lot of conversations right now that I've heard in the back wings in Baltimore that just like how we brought in Roquan because Patrick Queen wasn't really doing what we wanted him to do, and we weren't going to sign him to the contract. So we traded a second round to bring in his replacement and gave him the contract PQ wanted. There's a lot of conversations now that the Ravens might be kind of considering that with Owe because he's on the 5th-year option. He's going to be walking. They could trade him with a low pick for a guy that's actually getting it done.
I mean,
that's producing a little better, more results on the score. It's a tough one, man.
Van Noy was such a good pickup too.
Hold on.
Dude, that breaks my heart. That's why I'm in the gym every day because me and Kyle Van Noy are the same size and basically the same age, and it breaks my heart.
This is something. I got a question. I know this guy was already traded. And there might be a restriction on how many times a guy can get traded in a year. But I heard this guy was back on the trade market. Ernest Jones.
Was he on the Colts before?
No, Ernest Jones was a Ram who went to the.
The linebacker.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of a replacement for Owe. Like, who would you draft a guy? Would you?
Definitely. Well, so the Ravens have one guy they're kind of excited about, Tavius Robinson. They took him in the 5th round last year. Really showed some good snaps, and he's showing some pretty good snaps this year as well. David Ojabo, we took him the 2nd round, and he is not. I think I heard he was one of those guys last week. We healthy scratched Marcus Williams, and I heard David Ojabo.
Where did Owe go to school?
Penn State.
Penn State.
And he's from So here's the cool thing too. He's from Nigeria. So is Ojabo. When they both came to the U.S., they went to a prep academy in New Jersey for football. They were roommates.
You know what?
So they've known each other since, they were super young, high school level. And now they're both on the same NFL team.
You know what? I would trade, the 7th for Ojabo. Take a chance. But
Ravens aren't ready to give up on this for a 7th.
I know, but if you guys are really desperate.
I give another year.
Although, if we since our linebacking core, we have guys, but they're not guys. They're guys who could easily get replaced. I feel Bryce Huff. I think he's like kind of an outside linebacker kind of hybrid. I think that's what Owe could be.
The Ravens are
saying-
so desperate to get a pass rusher in right now. We brought back Yannick Ngakoue.
Okay, so
like
pass rushers on our team that could be on the
because they just want to get there with the front four. And also, I don't know if y'all know this. So I don't know if y'all know Michael Pierce.
Oh yeah,
Michael Pierce just went to IR. That hurts. Broderick Washington not living up to expectations. He's hurt as well. Travis Jones been hurt 2 games in a row now. Our breakout candidate of the year. He's been out 2 games. The Ravens are, and I think Brent Urban's hurt. We are almost down every starting defensive lineman now, other than Matabike at this point.
So you guys are pretty much desperate.
We need defensive line and edge rushers. And it just kills me because when Zach Orr brings the blitz, he's getting beat because he's the way he's bringing it. Other than the cornerback blitz, but that's not his thing, man. That was Mike McDonald's thing. And he's trying to do it. And what's crazy is I can tell you what Cleveland did to stop our running game. And let me tell you this, Sponge, ahead of time since y'all about to play us. The way you stop the Ravens running game right now is you have to attack the outsides quickly. So the Ravens interior running game, not that strong, but you've seen it. Derrick Henry on these toss, stretch, these off tackle power, whatever concept they're running with it, outside tackle runs is where he's gaining the big yards. And it's because Ricard and him are both over 6'3" and over. They have to take time to gain momentum. If you kill Ricard's momentum at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, the run usually doesn't go anywhere. And it's as simple as that. Like,
did you all see Grant Delpit stiff arm the shit out of Derrick Henry? Or not stiff arm, he just trucked him.
Oh, dude, that was a big hit. That was a
Grant
good hit, too.
Grant Delpit's a dog, bro. He's so underrated.
Anyone that'll go after. You know what people used to do to me that pissed me off so bad when I played tackle football? They couldn't get me down if they tried to tackle me from like hips, anywhere hips and up. So what they would do is the first guy or two would hit me because I like to play running back, but that wasn't my main position. And I'd get hit. They couldn't tackle me. The last guy would just go and grab my ankles, and he would just grab my ankles and pull my ankles out from underneath me once they stopped me, and it pissed me off so much.
The only guy that I wouldn't trade, but who would probably be on the trade here, Milton Williams, who's been good.
The Ravens are eyeing Max Crosby hard.
Oh yeah.
That's who the Ravens fans really fucking want. We've played against Crosby enough that we know how good of a player he is. Like,
I want, personally, I want Myles Garrett.
Oh, see, I would love Myles Garrett, but interdivisional, it would just never happen.
Yeah, that doesn't work for y'all. But like, if they would take a first, I don't know if I would trade one this year because I think this is our year for. I think this is the last time we really need a first for maybe a year or two.
Yeah, your front office has been so good about cycling those first round picks for future ones and extra picks. Like,
I think we can let's keep this one, but let's trade next year. Or what about next year's first round pick and the year after second round pick and a player for Myles Garrett?
I mean, if they take it, I think it's a steal. Like, I have this weird feeling. I think Myles Garrett's going to be the next. What was his name? The left, Joe Thomas, where he just stays in Cleveland, faithful as shit, 10 toes down, and never leaves.
Faithful. I mean, I don't know if you saw this. Josh Uche got traded, and
he was on the trade block. Where did he go, by the way? I didn't see.
Kansas City.
Fuck. That's rough.
They were saying he really wanted to stay in New England, and he took a pay cut.
That's rough. He was in a contract year, if I'm not mistaken, though. Or no, I'm thinking the other guy.
He had already gotten his contract. He got his contract last year.
I'm thinking a guy on the opposite side of him.
He took lower amount of money to stay with New England in the offseason.
And then they traded him.
They traded him.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, more than enough.
Like, I would be so upset if I was. And again, why are people
I-
not coming to the Patriots franchise anymore? Like, you
because
see shit like that.
Tom Brady ain't there no more.
I mean, yeah, that's the number one thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm still not 100% sold on May either, Drake May either. Like, really not.
But like, okay.
Slow team setup. I keep forgetting about them.
What was I talking about? Oh my god.
My apologies.
Miles Garrett. We're then. Younger than Miles Garrett.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there. What were you saying, Sponge?
That trust that Miles Garrett older than Bradley.
That is wild. I didn't even realize that.
I feel like Max try to be like 30 years old, but he's not.
All right, so we got to get George Kittle out of the starting lineup now. Let's see.
I mean, like,
We have a lot. I might have to make some moves, make some trade offers or something. And I gotta find a defensive lineman for this week. Oh no, that's not good. All right, it's the last move I'm gonna make, and then we gotta start wrapping this up because I gotta go take my dog for a walk.
I have a full bowl of candy, and I need to get rid of almost half of it.
That's rough. That's fucking rough, my guy.
And there's only like a few people out right now, and it's like one group. So this whole group is gonna get this bowl. If they
So that's why I when I heard someone be like, "Are you sure?" Thanks. I was like, I bet you Sponge just gave them so much fucking candy right now. Like,
I gave them like
hilarious.
four pieces of Baby Ruths because that's really all we have right now. Money's expensive. Candy's expensive now.
oh, dude, it is. You ain't lying about that. Like, oh, I need to find someone with a good matchup this week. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, these people are on the other side of the block, and I'm not going over there. Come on, people, come over here. Cut over here, please.
Who is playing? Who's got the?
I'm
trying so hard to figure this. You're hilarious.
Everybody on my
dude.
block literally everyone on my block who had their candy sitting out there with them, they took it inside.
Damn, so you're like the only person out there right now.
Besides my neighbor across the street, who was a former MLB player, who has his candy out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He's
I
only
gotta
running.
figure out. I gotta pick up a
But he's
defensive
running.
player for this week.
Okay, we have somebody
That's
coming.
rough.
Let's go, let's go.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Just the guy with the dog, I think. Never mind.
Who is the forest buck next week? Minnesota? To hell no.
Okay.
God, I gotta find someone here.
No, it's pretty slow. Probably. Nah, but.
Cleveland, I mean, that might not be a bad one, actually.
We have a lost kid.
Uh-oh. Oh, God, not already. It's way too early for that shit to happen. Like,
It's
way
late.
too early. Oh, yeah, you're not
It's
wrong.
already dark over here. Okay. There's one more. Of course, most of the kids. Them all the candy. But, I have to do what I have to do.
I'm so dumb. I can't believe I just did that. I
Yeah, you
just
are
made
dumb.
a move on the wrong freaking.
Team.
Yeah. Like,
What were
I'm
you- what was
so
the move?
dumb. I was dropping the Saints defense for a Thule from the Chargers so I could pick him up on my other team. But and now that I did that, he's on waiver wires and I can't do it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are an idiot.
God. And I have an empty bench spot. I didn't even have to drop anyone. Oh, God. Why, Levi?
Okay, people, there's candy over here. There's a whole bunch of candy over here. Damn it, you're gonna get You're gonna get 5 pieces per person if you come over here.
You know what? That might not be a bad matchup, actually. I might take Hubbard. Wait, Leonard Williams? Is he back and healthy? God, I gotta figure this out quickly so I can get off here.
Happy Halloween, happy get rid of this stuff so all you are gonna get like 5 pieces. All the same. All the same, but
Oh my God! That's adorable. You made those kids' night.
yeah, and they're like the last kids on the street, so
You know, we'll add. Or do I want Boye? Oh my God, I keep thinking.
more kids.
Oh, we got more. Let's see.
More reactions.
What, Boye? Confirm.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, God, I'm losing my mind trying to get this done so I can wrap everything up.
Bro, they just walked by and didn't grab candy.
They walked by and didn't come get any candy? That's rough.
Never mind, they're coming
Got
back.
that much. They heard you. They were like, "What'd you say, homie?" Hey, what up, Cesar? We're just finishing up, guys. So with that, guys, we've had a really good show. It's been fun. We had a lot of really good questions from a lot of good people coming in here.
Yep. There you go, thank you.
We're getting ready here. We're going to be calling Thursday night football, Houston versus New York Jets here on Halloween. Make sure you come back here. What's that game start? Like 8:15, I think. Yep, 8:15. So come back about 8:10. We'll have that stream started. Worthy, Leggett, or Myers, PPR. Myers, Cesar, by the way, for that. Worthy's a must sit this week. Leggett is up and down. Jalen Coker is emerging in that offense. I do like Leggett, but I think Myers being the number one option over there, and based upon Cincinnati, I think they're going to have a big day. So that's my guy, Cesar. But all right, guys, come back 8 p.m. We'll be alive in about an hour for Houston versus the New York Jets. Going to be a great game. Make sure you come back, check it out. Thank you, Spongy, for coming out and hanging out with us, man. Get that candy handed out. You got anything else? Oh, yeah. Give some shout-outs because you got a lot of stuff going on this week, man. If Sponge is still there, that is. Put it there. For those that don't know, Sponge has got his own channel and stuff that he does. He's got a lot of cool stuff, he's got a bunch of ex-players coming on as well. It's going to get really cool, that's for sure. Okay. But make sure you drop in, check us out. We'll be live every Thursday. This week, instead of doing Jackbox Gaming, we might be doing an online poker night on Friday with I'm looking into some stuff as well, like a bunch of questions like never have I ever and stuff like that, or more like actually would you rather questions, and I might have like a booklet of that. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to be, and Cesar, if you didn't hear me, man, we're Myers. Myers is the guy you should start in that PPR, in my opinion. Leggett, it goes, in my opinion, Myers, Leggett, then Worthy in that order. But we'll be back here in about an hour or so for Jets versus Houston. Make sure you come check us out. It's been fun, guys. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Darwin's out.